Charles Hamilton Williams was the son of William Williams and Lydia Barnes. William and Lydia must have been active in the LDS Church because all 8 of their children moved from Kirtland, Ohio to Utah. Lydia and William are buried in Kirtland, Ohio. Charles Hamilton Williams married Harriet Baldwin. It looks like that it was about 1852 when they started to head out to Utah. I couldn't find a picture of Harriet Baldwin, but there is a poem she wrote as a young girl. I can tell she was a school teacher by the way she named her children and named the poem. What can be more pleasing to the educated mind than to see the youth of emulation engaged in scientific and literary knowledge? What can be more satisfactory to the indulgent parent who has taken unwearied pains to educate and instruct his children than to see them improving every leisure moment in acquirement of knowledge? On the other hand, what is more ungrateful, more base, than to see and behold a young person raveling away their precious moments in idleness? Education not only fits a person for usefulness in the world, but it consoles him in his lonely meditation. It buoys up the sinking minds and often calms the raging tempest that seizes the breast. The benefit arises from an early education is more worth than the rubies of the monarch wear to decorate their kingly crowns. It gives that relish to the mind which is far preferably to the perfumes of the morn, that are unwafted preferably to the perfumes of the morn, that are wafted from the Arabian spices. Harriet Baldwin Williams, 1808 to 1860. Charles Hamilton Williams and Harriet Baldwin had 10 children, and their names are John Wesley Williams, born 1835, Harriet Columbia, 1838, Alvy Tippett, 1839, Lydia America, 1840, Mary Philadelphia, 1842, Theo Dominicus, born 1844, William Birdseye, born 1846, John Baldwin, born 1847, Joseph Heber, born 1852, and his twin Sarah Hannah, born 1852. By the time that Charles Hamilton Williams and Harriet Baldwin reached Utah, 6 of their 10 children had died. They went ahead and built a house in Fort Fillmore, and they began to gather up farmland and produce crops. They lived in Holden for a while, and then Hatton and Deseret. In 1860, Harriet Baldwin got sick, and she died. So Charles married a lady named Mary Ann Westall. She had 2 children of her own. But together, they had some more children, and their names are Alice Mary Williams, William Williams, Mary E. Williams, Lydia Williams, Agnes Williams, Charles William, and Arthur Williams. Charles's sister was Henrietta Caroline Williams. Her husband was Josiah Howe Call. He was returning to Fillmore in 1858 with his friend Samuel Brown. They were attacked by Indians. They fought bravely, but they were killed. The Indians took their clothing and hung their bodies upside down in a tree. Later, the bodies were found and returned to Fillmore, and they were buried in the Fillmore Cemetery.